Some runways aren't just hard to land on. They've killed the pilots who tried. A strip that ends at a cliff over the ocean. A runway so steep you land going uphill. And one deep in the Himalayas with no way to abort. You land it or you crash. I took on the 4 most dangerous airports on Earth in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Let's see if I survive all of them. I ranked them from scary to absolutely terrifying. Each one gets a danger score out of 10. Number 4 is the famous one. But don't let that fool you. Let's start. Princess Juliana International, better known as Maho Beach. The runway starts just feet from the sand, so landing jets scream over sunbathers' heads, as low as 10 meters up. Come in too high, and you float past the threshold onto a runway that's suddenly too short. Come in too low, and you clip the fence, or the people. And it's not just the landing. The jet blast on departure has thrown grown adults across the beach and into the water. People have died here, standing behind the fence. Wheels down on the numbers. Clean. But this one is dangerous for everyone, except the pilot. Danger score, 6 out of 10. The infamous one, but the easy one. It gets worse from here. High in the French Alps sits Courchevel, a runway carved into a mountainside. It's only 537 meters long, and it tilts uphill at 18.5%. That's not a runway, that's a ramp. You land going up, using the slope to slow down because there is no go-around. Commit to the approach, and you are landing one way or another. The far end, a sheer drop into the valley. From the cockpit, it looks like you're flying into a wall. Touchdown, and the hill drags us to a stop. Pilots need a special certification just to attempt this. 7.5, steep, short, and unforgiving. But it still has a runway you can see. The next one barely does. This is Saba. And that little strip of asphalt is the shortest commercial runway on Earth. 400 meters, 18 meters wide, with cliffs that drop straight into the ocean at both ends. There is no margin. Overrun on landing, and you go off a cliff into the sea. Drift left or right, same result. Jets are banned here. Only tiny aircraft like the Twin Otter are even allowed to try, flown by specially trained pilots. You're aiming at a postage stamp surrounded by water, with nowhere to go if you get it wrong. Down and hard on the brakes before the cliff. Made it. Barely. 8.5. The smallest runway in the world, with the highest stakes. But there is one airport that's in a league of its own. And at number 1, the airport pilots fear the most. Tenzing Hillary Airport, Lukla. The gateway to Everest, perched at 9,300 feet up in the Himalayas. The runway is 527 meters long. It slopes at almost 12%, and it ends in a mountain wall on one side and a 1,000-foot drop on the other. The approach threads between peaks in thin air, with brutal winds and weather that turns in minutes. And the rule that makes Lukla deadly: there is no go-around. Once you commit on final, you cannot climb out. You land or you don't walk away. Real pilots have lost their lives here. There it is. No second chances, full focus, power idle, flare, touchdown, and climb the slope to stop before the mountain. We made it. 10 out of 10. The most dangerous runway on the planet. And somehow, we landed all 4. 4 of the deadliest airports in the world. Maho, Courchevel, Saba, and Lukla. Which one would you be brave enough to try? Tell me in the comments. If you want to see more impossible landings, hit subscribe. There are plenty more terrifying runways out there. I'm miniPilot. I'll see you in the next one.